Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to What's Brewing. Today I'm sitting down with Cortney Meyers, owner and head trainer at Gracie Ju Jitsu Youngsville, for part one of his interview. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful B-roll. Cortney, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, Mark. Thanks for Rudy Consulting to pick me out to come do this, man. I'm very grateful to be here.
It's awesome. In case people back home are not familiar with you, go ahead and tell them who you are and what you do.
My name is Cortney Meyers. I'm a first-generation jiu-jitsu instructor in my family, and I'm proud to have a certified training center in Youngsville, Louisiana, that we are certified under Henner and Hito and Gracie, the grandsons of the founders of Gracie Ju Jitsu.
Awesome. So how did you end up getting into doing Gracie Ju Jitsu?
Pretty simple story, man. I was a heavy competitor in my younger years for sports, baseball, professional speed skating, and kind of got bullied out of the baseball aspect. Continued to do skating, and it was always something on my mind as I got older that I don't want somebody to be able to dictate my kids their journey. So I said, man, how can we prevent that? Well, self-defense is the best gift we can give ourselves and give our kids. So I started on that track with multiple other affiliations, doing a lot of sportive competition, which was no punches, no kicks. And it was just kind of a selfish train where I was getting better. And it wasn't until something happened to a good friend of mine where it really put things in perspective where, man, if this happened to my daughter or my son, I don't really have the tools to give them what they need. So it was at that point where I started researching and found myself in California with Henner and Hito and Gracie, which their dad is Horian, who created the UFC. Their grandfather and uncle is who created Gracie Ju Jitsu in Brazil. So I'm in a direct pipeline of those guys. And from there, I said, man, I want to do jiu-jitsu local, right? And we've been in Youngsville for 24 years. That's where I raised my kids. And then we started our school right here in downtown Youngsville. And now we're tapping on almost 150 students. And now, to answer your question, I'm able to give the gift of self-defense to my kids to where they can, nobody's going to dictate their journey. Whatever they want to do to be successful in life, they'll have the tools to do it. And now, right, you do something good, you prosper from it. We're prospering, we're very grateful. And now I can change multiple people's lives every day, one class at a time.
It's amazing. I love that your stem for what you wanted to do, your whole journey was to help other people.
It's got to be, man. It's got to be bigger than you, man. You can only be an enforcer for so long, and you can only do what you can do, right? But I can have all the credentials in the world, right? Have reached the pinnacle of whatever I've done. If I can't articulate it to somebody else, well, it stops at me, And now, with my kids being able to do this second generation, it's a beautiful thing. My wife's involved with us, man. I just, I can't, I'm so grateful to be where we are. But, at the end of the day, hard work pays off, and majority of people do not want to put the hard work in to pursue something they're passionate about. And if you're passionate, it'll bleed through the seams and you'll prosper from it. And I'm a prime example of it,
I know what you mean. And I've been knowing you for a little over a year now, and every time we get to talk, you can always tell you're very passionate about what you do.
It's gotta be passion, man.
So it's amazing to me how you got your whole family involved. And so with your is it a dojo? What would you call?
There's multiple things over the years that they call it from different arts, right? We just have a school, is what we call it, a jiu-jitsu school.
So at your school, you said you had 150 kids, and it's mainly you that is sitting there as the trainer, or does other people with the family get involved with helping training?
Yeah, my wife runs the office with a good friend of ours, his wife, who is going to be an instructor underneath me. Got a couple guys in apprenticeship right now. Unlike majority of other schools, my assistant instructors have to go through an extensive background check and extensive instructor certification program through Gracie University, which is Henner and Hedon School in California, which is our headquarters. So they hold you to the highest standards. They want to preserve their grandfather's art, and I wouldn't have it any other way, you know.
So how long is, let's say, the jiu-jitsu course that's in California for training?
So there's really no way to master it. You go through ranks. Kids, we have a Gracie Bulletproof program where we teach kids 3 years old to 15 years old. And then we have an adult program and our women's program where, you know, if they complete one, they can jump into another one, you know. We focus a lot mainly on self-defense. That's what we're prided on, because of the simple fact that 98% of the people that you're going to get an altercation with will be unskilled. So we want to make sure that, you know, self-defense first, you know.
Well, I'm loving everything with this going. I have 100 more questions because I'm huge into combat sports. I was a boxer. I wasn't into jiu-jitsu or anything like that. I was doing more boxing. But do you mind doing a part 2?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Cortney.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure.
Well, that's going to do it for us here over at What's Brewing. If you liked what you saw here, don't forget to hit that like button, crush that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to keep up to date with all videos as they come out. But until the next one, have a good one.